my mom made me prepare, so I at least tried for like 30 minutes. Alright, so as you know, Emily is Chinese, but a lot of us here aren't. So everybody, my job as a Chinese instructor is to make sure everybody knows at least a little bit of Chinese. So I want everyone to repeat after me, okay? Say the words bao bao. Alright, so what does that mean? That means treasure, specifically referring to like a baby or a child. And this is what my Aunt Heidi affectionately calls Joe. So what did Joe do to deserve this title of Joe Bao Bao? Well, first I'm gonna try to answer that. I guess to be honest, like I hit my growth spurt in high school, and then afterwards, Joe came into the family. You know, Emily like met this guy named Joe, and he was taller than me. Well, I don't know if he's taller than me, but that's like debatable. You know? So Joe was a little taller than me, and I was I guess a little jealous for a bit. So I was like, oh, I need to like try to find something to make fun of Joe about. Use that jealousy. So first I was like, okay, like Joe's like white. There's like no way this guy can jump. But then I saw him playing volleyball, and I was like, shoot, like Joe can in fact jump. So then I was like, shoot, like what else can I make fun of Joe about? Oh, like there's no way you can be athletic and like musically talented at the same time, right? Well, shoot, like it turns out Joe can sing too, so I was wrong there. Truth be told, listening to Joe and Emily harmonize together is actually like really beautiful. I suspect that mostly has to do with Emily, but at least Joe isn't sabotaging the singing. And at this point, I'm grasping for straws trying to make fun of Joe, right? Because I crack mics when I sing, so that's like that's kind of rich coming from me. So then I was like, shoot, like okay, surely, and this is not even a problem, but surely Joe cannot speak Chinese. And I know this is not a problem because Uncle Dave set that precedent. It's like okay if it's okay if the group is not Chinese, right? So I was like, okay, Joe surely cannot be speaking Chinese. And to my surprise, no, actually it's true, Joe can't speak Listen, I don't want to hear Joe try to speak Chinese. It's hopeless. So then I was like, okay, like I want to, even today, I was like, sweet, it's an open mic night, you know, Joe's like friends and family all here. I want to come up here and try to roast Joe. But then I was like, shoot, like the speech is not coming along. I only have 30 minutes left to give the speech. Because Joe is just so likable, it's like impossible to roast this guy, so I just gave up. And instead, I'm just going to highlight why Joe gets the title of Joe Bao Bao. Because Joe is the person who like will help anybody with anything. Like Joe sees like stuff to do and he's gonna help you out with it. He's not gonna sit idly by. Like I've had this experience. Joe has been emotionally there for me and all my family. He's been nothing but respectful to my whole family. And because Joe planned a lot for this moment, I can't just roast him now. Like, he planned a lot for this. But the fact that Joe did a lot of the wedding planning, I think speaks to Joe's character. Because Joe is not one who's just gonna sit idly by and watch as Emily does all the planning, despite being the groom here. No, Joe is the type of person who, in my experience, helps out as much as he can. In any situation that he's in. He's not going to opt out of helping a friend, a family member, or anyone he sees nearby. So I think that is why, I mean, the good looks like help a little bit, but come on guys, like Joe's not all that. I think we can agree that it's his character that makes us all Joe. So that's why I think, that's my answer to why I think Joe is called Joe Bao Bao. So now we have Emily, and as my name's Aaron, by the way, I'm Emily's cousin. As Emily's cousin, originally I like wasn't even gonna talk about her, but then I was like, oh shoot, like, you know, I better do that. So, I think like Joe and Emily are a perfect match, and here's why. Because as a lot of people have already stated, and I just want to further this, like Emily approaches life with such an enthusiasm that I feel makes it impossible to not gravitate towards her. The thing with Emily is, like, from speaking from a selfish point of view, Emily's has always been there for me since I was little. Emily was there through most of my important moments. Like, she was there helping me, for example, give me feedback on my college application. She was there for my graduation. She watched me play volleyball in college. With a torn ACL, she still showed up. And like a wheelchair basically, watching me play volleyball. And Emily's always there, like making music with our family every time I see her, and I can marvel at like Emily and Naomi's like singing talent. There's honestly no music in the world that I would rather listen to than Emily singing. And I'm sure a lot of you guys could agree on that. And most importantly, I think that encapsulates Emily's character is no matter what challenges she's facing, whether it be like layoffs, for example, during like the tough job market, or whether it's like a lot of whether it's just like being overwhelmed with work or a lot of other obligations, Emily always like approaches it with a smile. She never backs down, and she's always there to approach the challenge with enthusiasm. And I think between Joe being there to help everyone out, that needs it, and Emily approaching life with such enthusiasm, that's why I think these two are a perfect match. So now, I hope I've done my job. I know it's been a little long, but I hope I've done my job to make sure that everybody here at least knows a little bit of Chinese. But to be honest, like whether you know Chinese or not, it doesn't matter, or you don't even have to know English to see that the love that these two have for each other transcends any language.